Hold on. All right, guys, you're live now. Go ahead. Hi,
Hello.
welcome to the first HauteGoat live hangout here, and we've got Debbie Nightingale and Shain Jaffe, our goat farmers with HauteGoat out at Bashert Farms in Campbellford, Ontario. And Debbie and Shain, why don't you introduce yourselves there?
Hi, I'm Debbie. He's Shane. And we are sitting. Should we just go on?
Absolutely, yeah. Tell us where you're sitting, what you're doing, who are you, how'd you get there?
Okay. We are sitting in one of our 4 goat pens, and if we suddenly lurch out of the frame, it's because a goat has assaulted us. We were expats from the big city of Toronto. We moved here in 2008. Shane, jump in anytime. We both were real urbanites. We both worked in the television business, and in 2008, Shane said, "Would you like to buy a farm?"
Would
Now,
you like to buy a farm?
and if you knew Shane, and people who knew Shane were shocked that he would ever ask that question because he didn't like animals, he didn't like dirt, he didn't like, being away from downtown and malls and theaters and all of that stuff. So I, on the other hand, always loved animals and dirt, and the messier I could be and, sitting with the animals, the happier I was. So I did not miss a beat and said, yes, let's go get a farm. And within 3 weeks, we had found our little piece of paradise. It took us a while, but we decided to name it Bashert Farm. And Bashert means destined or meant to be. And that's the only way really to describe this place for us, is really it's been meant to be. So we've been here since, I guess, 2008. And it's been a total love affair. It's been lots of hard work, but it's honest work and it's fun work.
What, unlike the entertainment business?
Totally unlike the entertainment business. Okay. Yeah. Which is fun in its own way. A little less honest sometimes, but So here we are.
How do you go then from having a farm to actually getting animals? What was the story of showing up with the first animals? When did that start?
Well, they didn't just show up. It was all engineered, believe me. So Shane.
Okay, first of all, the way Debbie defined the word farm and the way I defined the word farm were not exactly the same. To me, farm equaled estate. Estate equaled great quantities of relaxation, watching people do things for you like mowing and trimming and planting gardens and harvesting crops and things like that. Debbie actually saw herself out there doing stuff, and that was the first big difference. That has now changed, although Debbie still is out there doing stuff. She has me chained to equipment and fences, so I'm doing stuff too, which is quite fun, I have to admit. Anyway, the animals. Deb said, basically, okay, great, we have all this land, which at that time was 17 acres, and it's quite beautiful, and it would be perfect for some animals. Now, when she said animals, I assumed it was dog, cat. I mean, those were the basic kind of animals I was familiar with. And there again, there was a slight difference in the use of precise language. When she says animals, she means horses, goats, chickens, foxes, ducks,
and anything else.
Yeah.
Anything else. Animal.
Anything but domestic.
Anything but domestic. Well, no, they're all domestic.
So how did you start getting the Nigerian dwarf goats? Why did you choose that breed, and who were your first goats?
I knew I wanted goats, and when Shane retired in 2009, I think it was, and was able to be at the farm full time because I was still commuting back and forth to the city, which I still do to some extent, I said, why don't we get goats? And he said, are you insane? Why would we get goats? And to his credit, he was supportive. And I did a little bit of research and discovered the Nigerian dwarf goat, who are unbelievably cute. So that's the first important reason to have them. As it turns out, they have the highest butterfat content of all of the goats at 6%. So their cheese is divine. And I also make soaps and lotions, so they're fantastic because they're richer than other goat milk. And also we have lots of kids visiting, which we love and encourage. So if a little goat jumps on you, it's not quite as traumatic for a little kid as if it's a larger 150-pound goat. So we started with 4 goats. There was Eva, Sally, and Pearl. And Butterscotch was not far behind. She came along about a month later. And it dawned on me I probably need a buck so we can have babies, because if the girls are not pregnant, they will never have milk. And if you want to have milk to make all that great stuff, you need to have a buck. So I got my first buck, who I call Don Juan, that fall. I was sure he was way too small to do the deed, but the previous owner assured me it will work, and sure enough it did. And all 4 girls had babies that next spring. It was unbelievable to me because, I mean, really it's the miracle of birth, and no matter how many times I see it, it's still fantastic. And believe me, I've seen it lots in the last 5 years. You know, there's sad stuff too, but the happy stuff far outweighs the sad stuff, and it just is so inspirational and exciting, and you know, to watch the whole cycle of life is beyond belief. So still love it, still love it.
And how did you go from having the goats to deciding to produce the line of products under HauteGoat? And where did the name HauteGoat come from?
That's a lot of questions. We looked seriously into making cheese commercially. We had been selling at our local farmers market and thought it was legal. And when we started to delve into it, discovered it's actually very illegal to do that. And when we looked a little further, it turned out it would have cost us close to $1 million to retrofit the farm, to do the milking we want to do, and to do the cheeses and things. I mean, it's so heavily regulated with the goat industry, goat milk industry. So,
and not by goats.
And not by goats. If it were, it'd be a whole lot better. So we kind of kicked around looking for some idea that would have goat as its theme, because we love sharing the goats, frankly, you know, in any way we can, and to talk about them and to show pictures of them. Because the one thing that I noticed, or that we noticed, is that as soon as you say goat, it makes people laugh and smile. And if you say Nigerian dwarf goat, it really gets a big grin. And if you bring one to market,
I said it worked. I smiled as soon as you said goat.
But it's true, and it's so great to make people feel good. So it all just seemed to work. So the only missing equation was, what are we going to do to achieve that goal of celebrating goats in general and our goats in particular? And we kind of looked around and decided, you know.
Can you see Feta?
No, because she's over there.
Oh.
But I'm gonna pull in a goat in a second. But we decided to, you know, maybe the way to go is to work with people who are already doing artisanal products, both edible and you know, not, and work with them to do a goat version of what they're already doing, and to put some kind of spin on it, so that it'll be a fabulous thing. A premium quality thing, because we work, of course, only with the best and the most fun. And we worked with them to develop goat versions of what they do. And so the first thing that we launched with, which was quite remarkable, was a goat cheese chocolate. And it's really not just a visual work of art. I wish we could show you one. It's delicious and unusual, and you can taste the quality in it. It's we use them on Forte Chev, which is a fabulous product, and they're based in Stratford, and we're big fans of their cheeses. So we use them on Forte Chev and a 68% Venezuelan cacao, which is a knockout blend, and it's savory. People don't expect the taste. It's really an unusual but wonderful taste, and we have great fun when people test it, try it out, sample it. Sorry, I'm trying to push Feta out of the way.
Feta's a goat.
That is a goat. And they're just totally surprised. You know, the look on their face, a big smile comes across their face, and they go, wow. I can't tell you the number of wows we had for people who, you know, who have tasted it for the first time and always come back for more. And the name came from, you know, again, we were sort of trying out all sorts of names, and what we try and get across is Haute, of course, means premium, high, you know, fancy, schmancy, all of that. But HauteGoat kind of implies, we hope, premium but with fun, because they are fun, especially the Nigerian goats are fun, and we want people to have fun along with us, so we don't take ourselves too seriously, and hopefully you'll take us a little more seriously than we take ourselves, and that's how it came along.
Fantastic. Do you have a goat there you can pull in?
I do. I've got my big Nubian, who I'll talk about in a minute, but let me see if I can yank over a Nigerian. They're busy eating.
I'm going to switch seats with you.
Okay.
Actually, no, because that'll put me on camera. No, it isn't. You see her now?
Not yet.
That's Feta. You see Feta? Come here, Feta.
Yeah, we can see the very top of Feta's head.
Oh.
The Feta's a Nubian, which is much larger breed, and you just have the one there.
Yeah, she is. She's here as a special guest. Feta.
Come on, you go up. Good girl.
I'm excited. Ah.
You see her? Come on, Sal. Oh God. Ugh. So this is Sally.
Hi, Sally. Oh, there she is.
So Sally's actually one of my originals. Hello, Sally. Hello, Sally. And Sally went through a really tough time for about 1.5 years, and we really thought we were going to lose her. And even the vet couldn't figure out what it was, so we've been working with her and feeding her different kinds of grains and minerals and stuff like that. And now she's looking fabulous, I think. So I think we're going to breed her again this year, which is great news.
And so how old is Sally?
Sally is 5.
5.
So she's about middle-aged in goat terms.
Yeah.
Can you see her?
Yes, she's gorgeous.
Who's that? Did you hear her? She said, "Hi, Rebecca and Kara."
Hello. Oh, that's great, guys. Is Yoda around?
Yoda's in another pen, so we thought we'd broadcast from there another time.
We could do a Yoda show.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, this is great.
God, don't eat that.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to cover in this hangout on air, or should we just do a nice meet and greet and broadcast this one and see if anyone has questions for the next show?
Uh-oh. Can you still see us?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's
okay, because she clicked it and I can't see you anymore. But
oh, yeah. No, we can see you.
So this is Feta, and she's a Nubian dwarf, a Nubian goat. But we can talk about her another time.
Sure. Well, you know what? This was a great hangout to meet you and Shain and Feta. So, do you want to sign off, Rebecca? Sure. Well, Debbie, do you want to let everybody know where they can get your beautiful products?
Yes, they can certainly come to our farm store, which is in Campbellford, and the way you find us is look at our website, which is another way you can get our stuff, which is ordering online, and that is HauteGoat.com, H-A-U-T-E goat.com. So please check us out on Facebook and our website, and Twitter, we're at HauteGoat.
Yeah, and your Pinterest, too, the Hottest of Goats on Pinterest.
Well, there you go.
Oh, good. Wonderful. Have a lovely goat day.
Well, same to you.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you. So where can we look at this, or what do you want us to do next?
Okay, I'm going to stop the broadcast, and we'll talk in the green room.
Okay, good.